So please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
More like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy.
Is this
No,
is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You could stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now that you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like Louisville Arnold. Name?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go outplace everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go, we head to Kroger's and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
How
I
do you do it?
mean,
Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you gotta get the smile going on some shoes, but
Wait, hold up.
you got.
I gotta
when
try
it's
this
time,
with
when,
you.
when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try
you
this
gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny
All right,
and start laughing.
do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
This is sexy eyes right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
See, Kanye said he's going to get Taylor Swift's.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Yes. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are having a terrific Tuesday, y'all. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, terrific, fantastic, amazingly beautiful Tuesday. It is officially now. I guess you could say it's fall now. Right, Jack?
Right. I mean, yeah. Now.
Allegedly.
Today. I don't know if there's a certain hour, but yeah.
No, because, I mean, yesterday everybody was sitting there going, oh, it's the last day of summer. And then other people were going, it's the first day of fall. It's like, which one is it, man? Mm-hmm. Which one is it? Make up your dang minds. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Hopefully you guys are all having a wonderful one. Most definitely. Tanya Hicks. Hello, Tanya. All the way from New Jersey, from the NJ. What's up? Good morning. Okay, I hope you're having a wonderful one. Definitely hit that like button down below if you enjoy your day today, because today is a good day. Today is Tuesday, baby. And tonight, something very special is going to be going on tonight at 8:30 Central Standard Time, which I'll tell you guys a little bit later on this show. Anyway, before we jump into all this stuff, like Vanessa Bryant allegedly kicking her mom out, bruh. Ellen DeGeneres' monologue in her show, she addresses the toxic environment allegations that are going on, that were going on behind the scenes in her show or on her show. We're going to be talking about that. Louisville state of emergency. Louisville, the city of Louisville, Kentucky addresses state of emergency, which we're going to be talking about here very, very shortly. So we got a lot to talk about. Yo. Good evening or good morning. Actually, good afternoon to all the people that are overseas right now. And good evening for the other ones that are even further across the pond, all right, across overseas. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you guys are all enjoying your days, your afternoons, your mornings, or your nights right now. Anyway, Mel, thank you so much. Good morning or good afternoon from Amsterdam. Hopefully you're not smoking nothing illegal. What am I saying? Everything's legal in Amsterdam, baby. So, hey, enjoy yourself. Just tread lightly. Anyway, good morning, Mr. Super, Alex Jones, all the way from across the pond. Good morning, brother. Good morning, bruv. So everybody who's tuning in, all that stuff, hit that like button. Let me know that you are having a good time. And good, Mel. I'm glad that you are not smoking. Good job. Good on you. I would feel like if I lived in Amsterdam and all that stuff is at my leisure, at my fingertips, I feel like I mean, I'm not the type to be like, smoke weed every day. But if it's there, it just seems tempting. It seems almost too tempting. Well, it's legal. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like everybody in their head would be like, well, it's legal, so might as well just be high all the time. You know what I'm saying? Tripping shrooms all day long. I don't recommend that. It's
microdosing.
Yes, I've heard about that, man. I've heard about this.
California. All the California moms microdose, I hear. So.
Oh, you mean instead of it being a little white spritzer, it's microdosing on shrooms.
Yes.
Those are the alternative moms that used to be cool in college. You know what I'm saying? Those are the moms that used to be like cool. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. That's heavy to be microdosing.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
I hear it also helps out people with PTSD. So, I'm not one to judge. If science says it's good for you, I want to listen to science.
Oh man, you know what? Sure. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Here it is. To me, the alcohol is the most I'll go now. You know what I'm saying? Like the weed and all that other stuff. It's just it gets too crazy. It's too crazy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
My main thing is caffeine, which is currently, I think I drink my coffee a little too quick because my hands are sweating. So,
bruh, really? Should I slow down?
I chug 2 cups of coffee because one, I was thirsty, which was an issue, and then the coffee was kind of cooled off already, so it just went down too easy. And I don't know if you can see the glisten going on. It's
no, I don't see that. I don't see it. But
I need to make it from my hands to my head so I wake up.
Or you might have that condition of having really sweaty palms. What is it called? It's like a condition where you have sweaty palms all the time, like just problems with sweaty palms all day long.
Moist hands.
Yeah, moistologies. That's what it is. That's what it's called. Anyway, Mel just said all the way from Amsterdam. She said, or they said, sorry. For us, it's normal. Maybe that's why I don't smoke. Hey, facts. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, to each their own. Everybody has their own vice. You know what I'm saying? Some it's weed, some it's alcohol, some it's sex. The list goes on and on and on. But anyway, let me introduce my brother Jack Buck. Jackie Buck, what's a guan, man?
Hey, man. Good to see you. Good morning. I see it's broken out into hoodie weather for you. It's been a little while since I've seen you throw a hoodie on. So I guess that's a hoodie. Do you consider that a hoodie when it's got a zipper? Or is that like a sweatshirt? No. Or,
this is a hoodie.
It's a hoodie.
This is considered a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? This is me just being straight lazy. Here it is. It was really cold this morning. I was freezing my nuts off this morning. And then I was like, you know what? I really don't want to wear something too hot, like a sweater. Because if I do that, I'll sweat like crazy. And I can at least take this off if it's too hot.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
You gotta take it off before you get too hot, or else you got pit stains.
Right. And now that I'm in front of it, facts too. And now in front of these lights, it's get a little toasty in here. See what I'm saying? Then I just remove thy sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Easy. See what I'm saying? But how's everything? How was your night and everything before we jump into the news and all that?
Pretty good. Do you ever watch that show Rick and Morty? You ever seen that show on Adult
Are you
Swim?
seriously asking me this most ridiculous question?
Yeah. Because I think we talked about it a while back, but I couldn't remember if you actually ever watched it.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, of course.
I never really had watched it at all. And got this HBO Go thing. I started just perusing some stuff last night when I was laying in bed, and I saw that Rick and Morty was on there. So, I was like, I'll watch a quick episode and go to sleep. That is the weirdest show ever.
You just figured this out.
Like, I've heard about it,
out?
and I remember, like, at Adult Swim, I've watched some stuff back in the day, but I never have watched Rick and Morty. And it is super strange. It's entertaining, but it is out there. And it's, I don't know. That was, I just couldn't remember if you ever said, I remember you talking about it and thinking you said that you, like, hated that show or something about it. Was it the
I rock with that show.
It was the creator of Rick and Morty.
Creator of Rick and Morty was in trouble with some stuff because he did a parody. He did like this sketch comedy that turned into him assaulting a baby doll, basically. And it was not a good look. Long story short, it was not a good look. So we talked about it, basically saying, does he get thrown under the bus because he already talked about this years ago? Does he get thrown under the bus again because this resurfaced or not? And that was the conversation, Yeah. So, yes, I like Rick and Morty a lot. I haven't seen any Rick and Morty in a really, really long time, just to be completely straight funky. But at the same time, it's a good show. smart.
Yeah.
It's smart. It's like highbrow and lowbrow humor at the same damn
Exactly.
time. And that's why I
what
like it.
I caught on to halfway through. I was like, this is a little deeper than it is intended. Then all of a sudden you get some like statements they make in the show. I'm like, oh, okay. That's pretty funny, and it's actually
Yeah,
like
when you
said,
think
it's
about it.
highbrow and lowbrow at the same time.
Right, when you think about it, you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
but anyway, we got to jump into this news stuff. Anyway, I'm glad you had a really good day and got to consume some Rick and Morty action with your own oculars and everything. That's really great. But we got to jump into this because I know that people are sitting here jumping in and wanting to hear the news about this. Some of the top news that we have going on. So the first thing we need to talk about, and I'm gonna throw this over to you, Jack. Vanessa Bryant kicked her mom out. So, Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa Bryant, allegedly kicked her own mother out of the house. And her mom, I guess, exposed all of this in an interview that aired yesterday. It's all in Spanish, and I do not parlay the Espanol. See that? Mixed French and Spanish at the same time. But it's interesting. Jack's got the story. Speak on it, brother.
So yeah, there was an interview on Univision, and it was all in Spanish. And I guess her maiden last name is Lane, but Vanessa's mother said, she told me, I need you to get out of this house. She also told me that she wanted her car and she wants it now. And they said it's not clear what had led to the strain in the relationship between them. And they've always been in there saying that she's like the rock that's been there ever since everything's happened. And Vanessa heard about this interview, and she released a statement denying the accusation. She goes, my husband and daughter passed away unexpectedly, and yet my mother had the audacity to do a television interview speaking negatively of me while shedding tears for a car and a house that were not in her name. She has removed all of her diamond jewelry, emptied the apartment I provided, and put away the furniture to make it look like she doesn't have my support. My husband and I supported her financially for the past 20 years and continue to do so, in addition to her monthly alimony.
Bruh.
So, she added that her mom was not supported of her and her three daughters after the death of Kobe and their daughter Gianna. So I guess there's some falling out there. I don't know. I mean, that's got to be a tough situation for both, right? So as a grandmother, you lost your son-in-law and one of your grandbabies, right? So that's hard on that person. And then you have to watch your daughter go through the loss of her husband and daughter.
Right.
And then having, if Vanessa's there, I could see, having your mother there for a while could probably be a good thing to help with, taking care of the other people that maybe you can't give the attention to while you're grieving yourself. But eventually, like that immediate family needs to grieve together. And maybe having her mom there was too cumbersome or just kind of a distraction, or maybe she wasn't actually providing the support that they needed. But it sounds like she didn't kick her out. It sounds like her mom is making a show out of something, and Vanessa is saying no, we didn't kick him out or kick her out, and she's doing all this on her own accord. So that's some drama. And then she's also got more drama going on with her lawsuit against the police department for showing the photos of the crash to try to get some clout with a girl in a bar. And so, that family right now is going through another round of hard times. It's really hard to process all the things that happened to them. Yeah. And then they have a pandemic hit on top of it too. I mean, it's not, that family's gone through a lot.
Here's the thing. Yes, the family's gone through a lot of things. And the thing is this is the thing that really grinds my gears. Okay. This is the moment of when celebrity and money starts to get in the way of actual human decency. I do not like the fact that the mother goes out of her way to go on Univision to have this exclusive interview with somebody else, unbeknownst to her own daughter, to basically expose her daughter in some sort of light. And the thing is you got to understand, I can only imagine what Vanessa's going through. Vanessa Bryant just lost her husband and her daughter at the same damn time in the most catastrophic, most horrific way you could ever think of losing your love and someone, a child that you brought into this world. You know, first on top of it, you expect to live a long, fruitful life with the man that you love, and you expect that your kids will bury you, not the other way around. So the thing that really aggravates me about this whole situation is that she's going through a lot. She is, I'm sure, torn apart mentally, emotionally. You got your mother that has been basically mooching off of her and living off of basically riding on the backs of them, riding off of Kobe's money. And now it's like, okay, so if she did, what if she did kick her out? Maybe it was for good reason. What if it was for good reason? What if she was a toxic parent? What if she was a terrible mom? What if money corrupted her so much, money and fame and power and all that stuff and all the things that she was able to have in her own, you know, at her disposal, corrupted her mother so much that it became like, I don't even know. It's like Vanessa saying, I don't even know who you are anymore. I don't even know my mother anymore. Who the hell is this person? So I feel like if she really did, because this is alleged, these are all just speculations. If she really did kick her mother out, she might have had good reason to do so. But the funny thing is that you're only hearing one side of the story. They're not trying to follow up and find out from Vanessa's side of the story. Also, you got to remember, let's just say this. What if she goes, Mom, I want you out. I can't do this anymore. I can't afford it anymore. I need you out. I can't handle this anymore. I'm grieving and I can't grieve in peace with you just all over me. Let's just say that. You're driving me nuts. You're just worried about money, whatever it might be. I need you out. So she kicks her out. Mom gets mad, but she also wants to secure the bag. So she goes, okay, let me do this interview real quick. Let me secure this money real quick. And I'm going to speak my truth in my perspective. Bruh, no. That is not the measure of a good mom. That is not the measure of a good woman, period. That is a woman trying to secure the bag and is only wanting to chase clout. She is clout chasing to a terrible extent. And the funny thing is you don't think that this would ever, like, I wonder if her mom ever sat back before she went on to this interview and wondered, if I talk bad on Vanessa right now, does this make me look good? Hell no, it doesn't. It makes you look really bad. You are instantly the villain. You are villain. Villain. Straight up. But of course you're not thinking about that, are you, Sophia? You are literally just thinking about them bags and getting your name out there so you can maybe, I don't know, get on some reality show or some trash. I don't know. What is this serving you? Telling that kind of trash, what does that serve you? I don't know. Right. It just really it really burnt, like, that really angers me to a core, because that is, first off, she just lost. Vanessa lost not only her husband, which is still terrible, equally as terrible, but she lost a child that she brought into this world. You brought Vanessa into this world, and now you're trying to destroy her name? You brought her into the world, man. Instantly, you are a villain. Instantly. Sorry, not sorry. Shoot. Vanessa's mom, or Sophia Lane, should know better. Facts. Sorry.
Yeah. So let's see. Vanessa also said, contrary to previous reports, she has not been physically present or emotionally supportive of my daughters and me after my husband and daughter passed away. Now I see what is most important to my mother, and it's more than painful. I hope that everything that is coming out about our personal relationship ends here. So, yeah, that's
well, at least you got ahead of it.
Be a really, really rough position to be in. Even Perez Hilton's putting out things saying this is sad and unfortunate on many levels. Kobe Bryant's widow has had a falling out with her mother, and now Vanessa Bryant's mom is talking to the media about it. Money corrupts so many.
Yep, money corrupts everybody. Sorry, to a certain extent. You know what I mean? I always hear these stories of people who are just trying to secure the bag or clout chase or just keep their names out there to seem like, oh, I've been tormented by this person. And then what sucks is that when actual people are whistleblowing for real, they get thrown in the same category as people who are talking ish that isn't real. That's what's so frustrating about it. You know what I'm saying? As many times you hear somebody cry wolf that isn't really happening, and somebody does actually cry wolf, it's hard to believe them because you've already had all all these other people BS, and that's what's so frustrating. So stupid, so stupid. Leslie Walker, thank you so much for the comment on Periscope. And comment down below and let us know where you're commenting from, Leslie. They said, "I am sorry she lost her family," and nothing decent about a phone. I don't know. Nothing decent about. Okay, I'm assuming nothing decent about the interview. Simply Simone, hello, Simply Simone. She lost them 8 months ago. It hasn't even been a whole year, and the mother is out here doing this. Vanessa was still financially supporting her, even when her mother wasn't there to support her while grieving. She reached her breaking point. Facts. You see what I'm saying? Mel says, why we need to know about your daughter kicked you out of your home. You're an adult. Be happy that you lived for 20 years for free and didn't have to work. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Hard facts. But that's the thing. That's the thing, y'all. Look, welcome to the world that we live in. Welcome to the world that we live in. And this is why I hate fame with money, because you might be Kobe. Kobe could have been the nicest guy in the world, most humble human being. Vanessa as well. Vanessa could be the nicest, most humble person in the world, but there's always somebody in the family that gets ate up with all just gets hungry with greed and the power, and it just corrupts people. It just rots a person's soul. It may not be Kobe, may not be Vanessa, may not even be the kids, but somebody that surrounds them every single day. Could be blood, could be just their best friend, you name it. Someone is corrupt in that group, taking full advantage of being like, oh yeah, I'm Kobe's bro, or I'm Vanessa's best friend, whatever it might be. But when it comes down to someone who is your mother, who is your parental figure, who is supposed to lead by example, and they get corrupt, it's terrible. It's terrible, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's like losing another person in your family.
Yeah. That's stupid, man. I sorry. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I were her in her shoes, I'm surprised she, how she approached the situation. How she approached the situation, not her mom. How Vanessa approached the situation seems like, they're being fair, or she was being fair, and she's being, like she had addressed it in a proper way. She could have just gone off and gone insane and done all this other stuff, but she didn't do that. She's not feeding to the BS. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She ain't feeding to it. But does she even have time to feed into it? You know what I'm saying? Every single day must be even harder than the last right now. At least in my personal opinion. That it's just tough, man. I can only imagine how tough it is.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Man. Well, hopefully they can move past it and figure something out and resolve any of their conflicts and stuff, because, I think that family needs to support each other as best they can.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so stupid, man. Like, yeah. They should be having each other's back. They should be there for each other, not trying to tarnish your mother. Your mother of all people should not be trying to tarnish your name. Period. It's a bad mom.
You believe what she did to me?
It's like, bro, what? Say what? And for
Mr. Super, no more number one mom shirts for her.
no more number one mom shirts or number one best mom in the world mugs, coffee mugs and stuff. No more of those. Them gone, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Mr. Super, I agree. You know, parents are human too. They're not supposed we shouldn't expect parents to be perfect, but at the same time, I don't know. You say, and you also say, hopefully this gets fixed quickly. I don't know if there's going to be any forgiveness anytime soon. If she forgives her that quickly, I don't know. She's going to have to create a miracle. You know what I'm saying? Like bring Kobe and, you know, bring those two back. Then she'll be okay with everything. You know what I'm saying? That would take a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real, that would take a lot. Oh, man. But, okay, so moving on, we got to jump into this conversation. This is the other top story that we have, and this is very interesting. Louisville, Kentucky, is issuing, and I talked about this last night. I talked about this briefly last night. But Louisville, Kentucky is issuing a state of emergency. I guess they're in preparation for the announcement surrounding Breonna Taylor's murder. Now, or surrounding the, however you lean. So I'm going to say it on the other side. Surrounding the Breonna Taylor case. To me, it's a murder, but, you know, to each their own. Now, here it is. There has been an internal investigation on 6 of the Louisville officers that were involved with Breonna Taylor's death. So they are still in the middle of doing this particular investigation, but they are issuing this state of emergency because I have a feeling. Well, you have a little bit more, right, Jack? But yeah. I have a feeling it's not going to be good news. They're not about to give us any good news. I don't think the city of Louisville is going to get any positive news in the next couple days. You got the rest of the story. Speak on it, bruh.
So the Louisville, and which that's one of those cities where like outside people go, oh, it's Louisville, and then other people are like, oh no, it's Louisville, and then if you're from there, it's like Louisville. Yeah. Louisville. It loses all the vowels and the consonants, just becomes one blob.
Yep.
But the Louisville Metro Police Department has announced that it will begin setting up barricades in the downtown area, and then restricting vehicle traffic, in anticipation of the Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron, releasing information about what the decision is. So they declared a state of emergency yesterday. And a federal courthouse and adjacent office in Louisville were boarded up Sunday ahead of the decision. And Cameron has repeatedly refused to give a timeline for his investigation, but he will eventually present his findings before a grand jury. And they think that that's going to happen today. And they're going to be deciding whether or not to criminally indict the 3 officers involved in Taylor's death. So here's a statement from them saying, due to increased attention and activity in anticipation of an announcement from Attorney General Daniel Cameron regarding the Breonna Taylor case, a decision was made to accelerate plans to physically restrict access to the downtown area. And this was said from the Louisville Police Department. While we do not know what the Attorney General will make his announcement, or not know when, the LMPD is taking the following actions now to ensure the area is as safe as possible for those coming downtown to express their First Amendment rights, as well as those who live and work in the area. So on Twitter, they dropped a whole list of things. So they're going to place vehicle barricades around Jefferson Square Park and the perimeter of the downtown area to ensure pedestrian safety. They're going to further restrict vehicle access that blocks immediately surrounding Jefferson Square Park, allowing only pedestrian access. Barriers will be at all intersections, restricting vehicle traffic in the downtown area from like a certain street to a certain street. and they're going to only allow pedestrian access for working and living in there. And then they're also limiting surface parking on the streets downtown as well. So, and also limiting access to parking garages in the area. So basically, they're trying to make it to where no one can come and park in downtown, and so you can't have any cars or any type of activity basically down there. And we recognize that this is an inconvenience and will cause difficulty for those that live, work, and have businesses downtown. And we apologize for this inconvenience. However, public safety is our number one priority, and it would be irresponsible if we did not take preemptive action to preserve it. I feel like when they do these things ahead of time, it's like saying, hey, we kind of feel like everyone's going to be really, really upset with this decision.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because if you're going downtown to express your First Amendment rights and they announce a thing where they actually go in to indict them, I don't see a whole bunch of protests going on, unless if it's more of the back the blue type of protests, where people might be, upset that the police officers are being indicted.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't know. It's interesting the extent to which they're going, but I guess with everything that's already happened there, they know that if the news is not what the public wants it to be, there will be some, ish going down.
Really bad ish going down. Let me just say this. Louisville is about to be on fire. Louisville is about to be set on fire. We already know this. By doing so, by putting that out, by saying that they are doing a state of emergency, you already know that they are about to say something very, very bad that's going to be going against the Breonna Taylor case. So they might have it might be a situation where they say they are going to drop the case. As it could be as devastating as that. It could be as bad of news as that they are going to drop the case. And if they do that, here it is, though. Louisville will be sets on fire. But I'm going to say this, too. So will the rest of the country. I'm just saying that out loud. Everybody's been involved. Every city and every person has been wearing a T-shirt, hashtagging her name, saying her name. People have been marching out in the streets all over this country and in some other countries as well. And you're telling me you're putting state of emergency for only Louisville? Only for Louisville? Bruh, get ready, y'all. It's about to be crazy in these streets. Remember when George Floyd died? The public lynching, died at the knee, died by the knee of a cop. It went viral. Do you know how much the rest of the country, how crazy the rest of the country went and got?
And the world.
And the world. You don't think that this is not going to bleed over beyond Louisville? You don't think this is going to go beyond Louisville? Real talk. The country's going to be set on fire. It's going to be even worse now. Then Louisville, I can see with Louisville that it could turn into another Chop, another Chaz, Chop Chaz, Chop, a.k.a. Chaz. It could be another Portland. It could be another Portland situation where people are out there in the streets protesting for days and days, for months and months. I'm telling you. But I'm not saying, I'm saying that, but at the same time, let's not forget the rest of the country. There were riots, looting, and chaos in the streets all over the country when George Floyd was killed. Literally. So who's to say they're not going to do the same damn thing for Breonna? Just saying. You're going to put out a state of emergency for Louisville? You might as well put a state of emergency for every single state when you drop this knowledge on everybody.
Yeah.
Actually, not knowledge, news. Sorry. When you drop this news on everybody.
So yesterday, a whole bunch of, the LMPD had put out a memo to all personnel saying to ensure we have the appropriate level of staffing to provide for public safety services and our policing functions effective immediately, the LMPD will operate under the emergency staffing and reporting guidelines as outlined in the standard operating procedures, emergency response plan, and collective bargaining agreements until further notice. So basically, they said that there's no more vacation days, and they're canceling all off days and all vacation requests, and all officers are going on 12-hour shifts.
You want to know why? Because
they know what's going down.
that too, but you know, want to know why? Because there's going to be cops that are going to want to have call in sick. There's going to be cops that are going to sit there. You know, this has happened in many other cities too. They're going to sit there and go, "Oh, I need a day off," you know, or "I'm sick." They're going to call in sick and all that stuff. You know, and so they're trying to omit all that stuff so that those cops have no excuse but to show up. You can't even say, you ain't got no Rona. You better show up with your riot gear on, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Officer Smith, you better show your ass up. I'm just saying. This is not good. And the announcement apparently, because somebody asked just a second ago, and the announcement apparently is going to be made today, later on today. So everyone's going to be on their toes and literally at the edge of their seats, ready to hear this information being dropped. I'm worried. I'll be honest. I am definitely worried about that. That's not. I don't think they're going to say anything good. Why would they say state of emergency? Why would they put out a state of emergency? Address a state of emergency if they're about to say some good news? Black people aren't going to be running down the streets looting if they're happy. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be celebrating, rejoicing that justice is being served. BLM ain't going to be looting and rioting and vandalizing, or Antifa or whoever the hell is out there making all that crazy stuff go down in the streets. They won't be out in the streets. They'll be happy. Well, I mean, some of them will still be in the streets protesting because there's still other people that still haven't gotten justice for the deaths that have happened in the injustices and everything. So yes, there still will be protests, but you don't think that they're going to back off a little bit because that's a win for their team? You put out a state of emergency, you're about to drop some bad news. That's full-on facts. Damn.
Yeah, it might be just procedure in order to be able to have certain,
What, you think that the Proud Boys are going to line up and start acting a damn fool? I mean, I don't think so. No. I really don't think it's going to be like, hey, all the white nationalists are going to show up and everybody's going to lose their mind. Even if it's Blue Lives Matter people that show up and all that and start to protest or be angry about it. I just don't think it's going to be as bad as if it was Antifa, BLM, etc.
Right.
Hearing bad news. There's already been, it's been a pattern that any time that something bad goes down, even with the misinformation out there, that people go out and loot and riot. Dude could have shot himself in the head. This literally happened. Dude could shoot himself in the head, and people are still running around looting and rioting because they get misinformation and they say, oh, he was shot by police. No, the guy clearly shot himself in the head. But everybody's out burning buildings and grabbing Gucci bags. You don't think that's going to happen this time? It's going to happen. It's most definitely going to happen. They're putting up barricades.
And they're boarding up all of the courthouses.
And they're boarding up courthouses?
Like, that's different. Like, being able to restrict access to downtown for protesters. Bruh. Now, by boarding things up, like, you're anticipating riots. Which maybe it's just smart on their end, saying, like, we don't know what he's going to say, but we know that if he says it this way, that things are going down.
Here it is. Any way you look at it, any way you look at the situation, whether you are hashtag Breonna Taylor or no, streets are about to get really ugly here. And it will go throughout the nation. It will go throughout the country. It might not be in every single city, but it will. There will be some craziness going on in the streets starting tonight. I guarantee you that. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Like I said, doesn't matter if you read the 35 some odd page report about Breonna Taylor, whether she's a trap queen, whether she's just, was in the wrong place at the wrong time, or, just being profiled for no reason, or was profiled because she really was doing all this bad stuff. I mean, it's still a person who has died, and that's still terrible at the end of it all. And mistakes happened during that no-knock warrant, that no-knock, what's the word? That no-knock, whatever the hell it is.
Breaking and entering?
Yeah, well, that too. That too.
When you're at the wrong house, the wrong place.
Well, apparently there was a warrant out. Apparently there was a warrant out for her arrest. She was under some heavy surveillance because she was allegedly involved with some criminals. She was dealing with drugs. She was doing all these things. Now this is all in this 30+ page report about her. So they weren't at the wrong house. They weren't. It's just that they bust through a door. Dude didn't know what was going on. The boyfriend didn't know what was going on. Popped off a round. It hit a dude. It hit a cop in the knee, in the leg. They returned fire. Next thing you know, Breonna Taylor is shot 8 times. Messy. Very messy situation. Very messy situation.
Well, the governor of Kentucky, Governor Andy Beshear, said he is. This is 11 hours ago. So he said he is prepared to deploy the Kentucky National Guard and state police to Louisville to help in the aftermath of Breonna Taylor's decision. If it is needed, we will authorize it, he said. Attorney General Daniel Cameron is investigating whether to file criminal charges against the officers. And he said that a decision may be near, and that he's actually acknowledged that Cameron's office has been in contact with them. And he said, but they can't share the communications. So if you hear Governor saying that he's been in contact with the Attorney General, he's ready to deploy the National Guard and the state police, but he can't share the communications what they had.
Dead giveaway.
Their missions will be limited, specific, in support of LMPD and protection of critical infrastructure. If they are deployed, if the National Guard is deployed, they will be under the command structure of the National Guard with commanders present. And because back in June, Guard troops shot and killed West Louisville business owner David McAtee, and they said that those guards have responded because shots were fired at them.
Yeah.
So it's not like they come in and they're just all peaceful. It's like
no.
Yeah. So he said, so I hope whenever any announcement is made, there's a lot of context and a lot of facts that are put out there.
Okay, so so here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Doesn't matter about the facts. And now here it is. I'm only saying this as if I was on behalf of what the general public that's out here saying hashtag Breonna Taylor, hashtag justice for Breonna Taylor. Doesn't matter the facts. Doesn't matter to them at all. They don't give 2 damns. They want justice. So if you're going to sit there and go, she was doing this, that, and the third, and when she was a kid, she did this, she stole a candy bar. Like, no one's going to give a damn. No one's going to give a damn about that stuff. They're going to sit there and go, why was she lit up? Why did you light her up with bullets? Why did you riddle her body with bullets? Yeah, maybe she was a criminal. Maybe she did some bad things. Maybe. But did she deserve to get shot 8 times by a team of policemen shooting aimlessly into a house? Inquiring minds would like to know. Doesn't matter what she did. She didn't have a gun on her. She wasn't shooting. She was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. It was a botched up scenario, a botched up situation. So as much as they can go, oh, we got here's the facts and here's this, that, and the third, doesn't matter. People are wanting justice for her, period.
It's going to be, I think, a rough week ahead.
Let's go. Hey, ho, ho. No kidding. I want to say no ish, but I can't say I can't say it out on this show right now. But no kidding. You think? But like I said, they're not going to care. No one's going to care. They want to hear we are going to indict such and such people. We are bringing justice for you guys. We are bringing justice for Breonna Taylor. Then everybody will be dancing in the streets. You know what I mean? All night long, having a great time. Having a grand old time if that's the case. There'll be cookouts in the middle of the damn streets. They will serve burgers and bratwurst to cops and give them a hearty handshake and a pat on the back if they allow them. That's about it. But if they say, we're not doing anything, bruh, bad news bears. Get ready for some bad stuff going on in the streets. And like I said, it's not going to be just in Louisville, guys. That's why I'm saying to everybody who's out here, and I'm not trying to fearmonger. Trust me, I'm not trying to pull I'm not sitting here trying to, fearmonger. I'm not trying to pull a Tucker Carlson in here or anything. Not sitting there going, hide your kids and hide your wives. You know, they're coming to you in suburbia. Not saying that. Well, they already are doing that. But at the same time, this is not going to only be in Louisville. This is going to go on throughout the rest of the country. It may not be in every city, but it's going to be in a lot of cities. Portland's about to be on fire even more. People are going to be even more revved up. Shoot, St. Louis might reawaken. This situation might reawaken a sleeping beast as well in St. Louis as well. And that's where we're in. That's where we live right now. We are stationed in St. Louis as we speak right now. God knows. George Floyd's situation happened. There was riots in the streets in St. Louis too. Not only just in Minneapolis and Portland and all the other cities that were going on. It was happening in St. Louis as well. It was national. It was a national front.
Right.
Breonna Taylor information is going to be a national front. And the news is going to be dropped today, at some point today. So we will most definitely be on the lookout for it because, I want to be prepared. Shoot, I remember there was 2 nights I was up all night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brandishing a weapon, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Not on my turf, not on my watch. There were people rioting and looting and all that stuff all around us. It's insane. So it could be another sleepless night for a lot of people in the country. And it's sad. It sucks because I would love to have them at least take steps towards finding some justice for her. Just justice. Just at least the steps towards justice. How's that? Bring it into a court, into a jury of your peers and let them make a decision on who is guilty and who is not when you have logical and viable facts laid out in front of a jury of your peers. Let them duke it out in the courtroom. Pull out that body cam footage that they allegedly do have. There was at least one guy. There at least is one guy that was wearing a body cam during that raid. Just saying. Just saying. But like I said before, get ready for it because it's about to get really nasty. If it is that bad news. But if you're pulling out barricades and boarding up windows of the courts and all that stuff, bruh, dead giveaway. You about to say something bad. You about to say something bad. Yeah. Because if it was good news, they'd be like, before they say we're lining up the courthouse, with tables filled with pink frosted cupcakes. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not going to sit there and board things up. They'll just be like, we have some news for you guys. We have found a case against the 6 officers that were involved in the raid in the death of Breonna Taylor. I'm telling you, everybody will be celebrating and be happy as hell.
So I just found a thing on here.
Shoot.
That so LMPD Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly, who's being investigated as part of the Breonna Taylor case, sent an email to around 1,000 officers at 2 a.m. Today that calls protesters thugs, complains about the government enforcing civil rights violations, and claims that it is good versus evil. He goes, I'm not here to give you a rah-rah, you got this speech. I'm not here to tell you that you signed up to help this community and to keep your head up. I'm here to tell you I'm sorry you have to go through this. I'm sorry your families have to go through this. I'm sorry if the mayor, Amy Hess, and Chief Conrad failed all of us in epic proportions for their own gain to cover their own asses. You do not deserve to be in this position, the position that allows thugs to get in your face and yell, curse, and degrade you, throw bricks, bottles, and urine on you, and expect you to do nothing. It goes against everything we were taught in the academy. The position that if you make a mistake, you do not deserve to be in this position. Hold on a second.
You're good.
Make a mistake during one of the most stressful times in your career. The department and FBI, who aren't cops and would piss their pants if they had to hold the line, go after you for civil rights violations. Your civil rights mean nothing, but the criminal has total autonomy. We all signed up to be police officers. We knew the risk and were willing to take them, but we always assumed the city had your back. We wanted to do the right thing in the midst of an evil world, to protect those who cannot protect themselves, to enforce laws that make it possible to live in a peaceful society. We as police do not care if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, what you would identify as this week. We aren't better than anyone. This is not an us against society, but it's a good versus evil. We are sons, daughters, husbands, wives, partners, brothers, sisters, dads, and moms. We are human beings with flaws, feelings, and emotions. Now I'm just rambling, but I want you to know that I'm still proud to be a cop, to be an LMPD cop. No matter the ineptitude in upper command or the mayor's office, this is one of the greatest jobs on earth. With that being said, these next few days are going to be tough. They're going to be long. They're going to be frustrating. They'll put a tremendous amount of stress on your families. Do not let your ego get you in your trick bag. Have your partner de-escalate if possible. Do not give the pencil pushers at the top, the ones who are too scared to hold the line, a reason to open investigations on you. The same ones that couldn't make decisions to save your lives. We need leaders that lead from the front and not in a room under a desk. Do what you need to do to go home to your family. Just do it with dignity and make sure you can justify your actions, because everything down there is recorded.
Okay.
So here's the last little thing. I do not know a lot of you guys, gals, but I felt the love regardless of the outcome today or Wednesday. I know we did the legal, moral, and ethical thing that night. It's sad how the good guys are demonized and criminals are canonized. Put that aside for a while. Keep your focus and do your jobs that you're trained and capable of doing. Don't put up with their ish, and go home to those lovely families and relationships. I wish I were there with you leading the charge. I'll be praying for your safety. Remember, you're just a pawn in the mayor's political game. I'm proof they do not care about you or your family, and you are replaceable. Stay safe and do the right thing. You are loved and supported by most of the community. Now go be the warriors you are, but please be safe. None of these peaceful protesters are worth your career or freedom. Godspeed, boys and girls. Sergeant John Mattingly.
Bang. Wow. Yeah, he knows what's going down.
Yeah.
He already knows what's going down. He already knows what's going down before it even goes down. You know what I'm saying? So, because that letter would have started a completely different way.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't even think that letter would even exist. Actually,
right.
You know what I'm saying? That was such a rallying of the troops type thing. You know what I mean? Come on, brothers and sisters.
Right.
You know what I mean? We all bleed blue.
Don't do anything that you want to do, because you're being recorded.
Facts.
Remember Remember, you're being recorded.
You're being recorded. They are watching. They don't want us to do this. They don't want us to succeed. Sound like DJ Khaled up in this piece. Anyway. Another one. They don't want us to have the nice things. You know what I'm saying? That's so messed up. That is messed up. But anyway, we're going to be on the lookout for that one for sure because, yeah, not a good thing, man. Not a good thing. Not at all. Not a good thing. But anyway, we got to go into a quick commercial break. But when we come back, Nancy Pelosi is threatening, actually, to impeach Trump if he fills RBG's seat. We'll be right back. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off.
Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. Defensive is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their circles. Their loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. We was a feeling they made it. Half of them stumbling around and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that. So what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have those little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
You're gonna perform tonight? I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is gonna leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood. We inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points. animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and being a part of the show today. If this is your first time checking out this show, please go hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. We do this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I also do a nighttime show at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. But tonight is a little bit different, and I'll explain that here in a little bit. But I usually do it at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday as well. But tonight is a little bit different. But if you haven't done it yet as well, hit that like button down below. It would really, really mean a lot. And it would still, be a part of the discussion and be a part of the chat. I would really, really appreciate it. But before we jump into the next topic and the next thing we are going to talk about, I really do need to talk about what's going on tonight. So tonight, we are starting, I have a show tonight at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time because I am going to be blessed to be able to chat and talk with a very special person, Summer Bunny. If you don't know who Summer Bunny is, she is a member of Love and Hip Hop. She's an artist, model, and also she was the person who allegedly started the problem between Offset and Cardi B in the past. She is coming onto the show to talk about some things, squash some rumors that are going on in regards to her and everything, and her involvement with Offset and Cardi B. So we're going to be talking about all of that stuff, and it's going to be an absolutely insane conversation, and I can't wait for it. It's going to be tonight at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I say to all my people, all people who are part of the Pascal Show fam/posse, please be sure to tune in tonight because that is going to be a very interesting one. And also, you guys get to comment your questions and I will ask them live on the show to her. Pretty damn cool, right? So be sure to tune in at that time. It's going to be one crazy ass interview and show.
I saw that
ahead.
she maybe just dropped a diss track.
She just dropped a diss track? Get out of here.
She did a diss track against Offset and Cardi B. How you do that freestyle?
Excuse me? Wait a second. Now we got to pull it up. Now, you're killing me, Smalls. You serious?
Oh, that's from, okay, this is from January, for whatever of last year. Never mind.
Okay, I was about to say, what?
But it just was put up on Reddit. So I don't know if that was, I think that's old news. Never mind.
Okay. I was about to say, what? Oh my God. Because I've been doing my research and, all that stuff. And like I said, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of questions to ask her and all that. It's going to be a very, very interesting conversation for sure. But you were saying something about the Ball family.
Yeah, so I heard you mention that you may be traveling here in the next
in a little while.
In the next short period of time.
Yes.
To go do an interview with LeVar Ball.
Yes.
And his family, and Ball in the Family, which is like a
Family.
Facebook show that's got like over 1 million viewers or followers on the show.
Yeah.
And you may be part of that from while you're doing your interview and whatnot. How'd that all come together?
I mean, long story short, okay, so when I went out to LA, I was hosting that that talk show.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, not the talk show. I was hosting fashion show for Joyce Hawkins, a.k.a. Mom Breezy, or Chris Brown's mom. And, there was a lot of people there that were connected, a lot of people with connections out there. They saw the video, or sorry, not the video. They saw me do my thing and host and everything. They were like, hey, yeah, man, we really like you, blah, blah, blah. And then suddenly one of them came up and was like, hey, I represent the Ball family. I would love to rap with you and talk more and see what we can do about creating, let's synergize. Let's get together and let's synergize. And they were basically saying, hey, I got somebody who I represent the Ball family. It'd be great to have you maybe sit down and interview him. I think it would be a really fun conversation and something different. And so, and then obviously with LaMelo being possibly the first draft pick in the NBA draft this year, it's a big deal, or it's a big opportunity to be able to sit down, be invited into their home, and get to just hang out with the fam and the people and mainly get to know LeVar, get to know him. And just get to chop it up with him. So that's something that's going to be going, that's going to be happening in the next, in a little while from now. But like I said, I'm excited about it.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I was looking up. I just looked up his name, and one of the first things pops up is about how they bought this new mansion for like $5.2 million, and it is beautiful. Mm-hmm. I mean, a beautiful estate, and so that looks
gigantic.
like it is quite the place to live.
It is from what you see in the video, like from what I've seen on social media and everything, because I haven't seen it personally yet. Just from what I've seen, it is mind blowing how gorgeous this estate is. It's an estate.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? It's an estate. You balling. Hey, you making monies when you have an estate, for crying out loud. So that is pretty cool, and I just can't wait. I can't wait to just hang out, meet them, and get to chop it up with all of them. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I'm very excited about tonight. It should be a really great conversation, really great talk, and it's gonna be nuts, man. It's gonna be nuts. Like I said, I've been I got Lodrick Collins coming on Friday morning. He's on the hit BET hit show, Tyler Perry's The Oval. He's back on the show on Friday as well. So Friday morning. That's so cool. We're gonna be chopping it up, talking about the new season and everything. I'm bringing back the interviews. I'm bringing back the celebrity interviews. I really do enjoy them, and it's fun to be able to just chop it up with people and see how they're doing, and especially with COVID and all that. And nowadays everybody's Skyping in anyway. So it's kind of a win-win in that way. So I'm excited. Like I said, but aside from LeVar Ball, which is going to be epic, and that's going to be just one big piece by itself, and I'm seriously hype as hell about it. Aside from that, tonight I'm hype about Summer Bunny's interview. Yeah. We gonna talk. We gonna talk, y'all. So you guys better tune in, because it's going to be something worth the watch. That's gonna be nuts. That's going to be nuts. I can't wait. I can't wait. It should be a really great conversation. But we got to jump into this thing really, really quick. Jack, we got Nancy Pelosi back in the news, of course, again, talking about how she says that she will go after Trump. She has literally had it out for Trump since day one. Obviously, we already know this. But now she is saying that if he fills Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat as Supreme Court Justice, fills up her seat while during this election, she will impeach him. She will go through the procedure of impeaching him again. Crazy, right?
It is.
Crazy.
Trump has responded.
Oh, he has.
Yesterday. He said, basically saying if they attempt to use impeachment as an option to block his eventual Supreme Court nominee from being confirmed to the seat, vacated by RBG. That he goes, let's see here. What did he say? Oh, I heard if I nominate, they're going to impeach me. And he did this on Fox and Friends interview. So they're impeaching me for doing what constitutionally I have to do. And if I do that, we win all elections. The president added that he thinks that if House Democrats move ahead with impeachment of any kind, that his numbers will go up. I think we'll win the entire election. I think we're going to win back the House. I think we're going to win the House anyway. So the president's comments come after Pelosi said on an interview with ABC's News this week, George Stephanopoulos asked the possibility of using impeachment as an option. She goes, "We have our options. We have arrows in our quiver that I'm not about to discuss right now, but the fact is we have a big challenge in our country. This president has threatened to not even accept the results of the election." She continued saying, "Our main goal would be to protect the integrity of the election as we protect the people from the coronavirus." So she said, continue on, she said, "We have a responsibility. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. We have a responsibility to meet the needs of American people. When we weigh the equities protecting our democracy, it requires us to use every arrow in our quiver." And the White House, slammed Pelosi's suggestion as bizarre and dangerous power grab. Of course, can't really expect anything different from that response. But they said the speaker threatened to impeach the president again for simply fulfilling his constitutional obligation. Numerous Democrats are threatening to pack the court and say things like nothing is off the table. These are bizarre and dangerous power grabs by Democrats who will stop at nothing to erode the Constitution to enact their radical agenda. And he added that this was the press secretary Brian Morgenstern. He said, "President Trump will fulfill his constitutional duty, protect our God-given rights, and to do his part to fill the seat." So, that's seems like every action here until election time for anything is going to be really, scrutinized.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if they did an impeachment. I don't understand how that would stop a nomination from going through. But I guess I don't understand the full use of impeaching and what exactly it can do. I guess maybe it's like a lawsuit, so that any action that he would take would have to be stopped and then go to vote or something like that. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but then I also got to wonder, isn't there a procedure in which to put in the whole, hey, the impeachment procedure is not an easy one either. You see what I'm saying? So she could do the motion. She could make a motion to impeach Trump again, but it still has to get passed, right? It still has to go through all the other stuff. So even if they were to do it, it could take time before, it could go beyond past the election, possibly. All depending. All depending. If she even has a strong, even if she has a leg to stand on, like she has to find something to you know what I'm saying? There's got to be a strong excuse or a strong reason for her to impeach. She can't just be like, I'm in my feelings, meh, so I'm going to impeach. No, that doesn't make no sense. There's got to be a reason behind it. So unless she is just literally just that worried about if there is a Republican that takes over RBG's seat, that means a lot. That's a lot of power.
Yeah.
That's a lot, yo. So.
Did you see any of the interview with her?
Did I see the interview with Nancy Pelosi?
With Pelosi.
No, I did not.
It was a little weird because people are commenting on it too, but in the middle of it, he asked a question and then she responded basically by, instead of doing it, went back and said good morning, and basically had a brain fart or something but you can see he asked a question and then she responded in a completely sequential type of reaction.
Oh, okay.
And it was you can see his face just kind of dropped during the interview, and it was you can never tell when her face drops because her eyebrows are drawn to the middle of her forehead.
Yeah, they're up there. They're up there. They're up there.
Yeah.
But
there's a reason she was going to that hair salon.
Interesting. You know, what's interesting is right, the hair salon. Here it is. I don't expect, like, I'll sit here on the show and sit like this morning. I almost said good evening. You know what I'm saying, to people on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like I made that gaffe. I feel like those things do happen, especially if you talk a lot, especially if you're on camera a lot, especially when you have to deal with things all the time, and you're always in front of the camera. I mean, think about it. Here it is.
This is like, what do you think about the conflict in Iran? Good morning.
Oh,
like it was like a in-depth question, and then she just like,
my bad. I thought okay. I thought maybe she randomly I thought it was something. Okay, now I see what you're saying. I'm sorry, brother. That's bad. But at the same time, you never know. But you never know that there could have been a delay.
Yeah.
You know, there's times when we have on our show where we have a crazy delay, and then you'll sit there and go, I'll be like, yeah. So I'm talking about, first thing I talk about is ice cream, then bunny rabbits, then daffodils, and you're still on ice cream. You see what I'm saying? So that could be it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that's bad. That's bad. But I wouldn't sit there and think that she's just off her rocker insane. You know what I'm saying? I just think she literally was. That could have been a glitch. I mean, that could have been anything. You know, it's like it wasn't no James Brown moment. You know what I mean? Living in America. You know what I mean? You don't remember that?
No.
Oh, now I got to pull it up. We got to pull it up because it's amazing. Hold on. I know it's a left turn, but we're going to do it anyway because I don't give a damn.
So George Stephanopoulos asked, he goes, to be clear, you're not taking any arrows out of your quiver. You're not ruling anything out. And she replied, good morning, Sunday morning. We have a responsibility. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. We have a responsibility to meet the needs of the American people.
Oh boy.
It's like
so you never know. There could have been but you know, you know, and that's the other thing. Enemy Nation just said this too. Good morning, Enemy. He just said sometimes the earpiece is faulty, and that could really be it. You know what I'm saying? We could throw her under the bus all day long for show. We could. But at the same time, I look at it and I'm like, I don't know. Weird things do happen. Weird things do happen. But I don't know if it was like this one. Let me show you guys. This is a trip down memory lane, everybody. It's fantastic. It's everything. We're gonna take a look at this real quick. James Brown.
Firing a gun at a car that she was in. These are charges that Brown denies. He was released yesterday on $15,000 bond. He joins us from Atlanta to discuss the charges, and we welcome you, James Brown. How did all of this trouble begin?
Living in America. Nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong at all? You're not in any difficulty, but you're out on bond.
No, I'm not.
Have all the charges been dropped?
Yeah, I'm out on love.
Well, are you out on love or out of love? Which is it?
Out on love. Alone from night to night, you find me.
Now, James, this isn't the first time you and your wife have had a problem. Are the two of you going to be able to work this out?
Let's talk about some music.
You want to talk about music, and you don't want to talk about what happened?
No, it's all over.
Well, let's talk about your tour. When are you leaving?
We're leaving tomorrow.
And where are you going?
Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Now, your fans will have read all about this, James. Aren't you concerned about that?
No, Dankeschön. I'm concerned because there's nothing wrong.
Wow.
And what are you going to say to your fans when they ask you some questions about it?
I'm going to say I feel good. Papa's got a brand new bag. It's a man's world.
Yep.
Well,
Cocaine
that's
is
the
a hell of a
second time
drug.
we've heard
Yeah.
that in 2 days. That's very interesting. Now, don't leave us, James. You stay right there.
Cocaine.
What that we have to talk about?
Cocaine is definitely a hell of a drug. Holy God. Okay, so it wasn't like that. I'm just gonna say that. I guarantee you it was nowhere near like that. Nancy Pelosi, living in America. I feel good. You know what I mean? He said Dankeschön. Like what I don't even know what he was on. Like he was on some good stuff. That was some good stuff. Wow. Papa got a brand new bag. Talking about, hear the son. You know what I mean? Wow. Anyway, so it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that, but I could see it being faulty, or she might have been tired as hell. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to defend the lady. I'm just trying to be logical about it, Or maybe it was her meds. Maybe her meds were off. You never freaking know, man. You never know. I feel good living in America.
Can we talk about this? No, let's talk about the music.
Let's talk about the music. Talking about the music, yeah. Talking about.
Jeez Louise.
Living it. Okay.
Man, his hair looked good.
Papa got a brand new bag. Yeah, that wig is on point. That wig was on point. Let's keep it real. That wig was on point, bruh. Man. But anyway, we got Lydia coming on here in a little bit.
That's very fun.
Yeah, so it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to having her on and chopping it up with me as well. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. But hey, I appreciate Jack. I know Jack has to jump off here right now. But I appreciate you.
Watch how you put those terms together, bro.
What did I just say?
Nothing. I'm not gonna repeat it.
Jack has to get. Oh. Hey, man. It's a man's world. Papa got a brand new bag. Dog is shame. Oh God. Anyway. Oh man. I'm black and I'm proud. Oh dear God. Anyway, but I'm gonna let you go, man, so you can go and do your thing.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
We're gonna jump into a quick.
I watch tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna go into a quick commercial break. Thank you for watching tonight. But we're gonna go into a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Miss Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. The festival is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their suckers. Their loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. There was a feeling that made it. Half of them stumbling around and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly tainted.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that. So what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have those little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being a part of the conversation and part of the show. Man, what a wonderful day. What a wonderful show so far. Had a lot of great people on, some good friends on, and now I got another really great person on. Lydia Caesar's in the house. What's up?
What's up? What's
good, man? What is good? What's popping? What's cracking, man?
How are you guys doing today? I'm doing good. I've had a full morning already.
Yes.
full of just, good old mommy duties.
Yes.
But, that's a blessing. And I'm excited to be here with you guys, man.
Thank you. Well, as we already know, Lydia is here to spill the tea and spill a little bit of this news that's going on in the world as far as pop culture stuff. So, what is one of our main stories today?
Well, today we wanted to talk about Ellen. Her show came on yesterday.
Okay. Yes, it did.
And she gave a heartfelt apology for the rumors that have been going on. If you guys have been paying attention, her show has come under investigation. They actually did an official investigation on her show because there was accusations of mistreatment for some of her staff. Apparently, Ellen wasn't the one. It was like her executive producer that was being criticized about how he treated these two young Black girls. They said that something about their hair, they had like the same hairstyle and somebody cracked jokes on them or something like that. But they were just accusations of misconduct. Now I know personally, I love Ellen. So far, she's done well. She hasn't ever had any scandal. So when I first heard about this, I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Do we got to cancel Ellen? It was kind of like, I was a little bit sad if we were going to have to cancel her. But apparently the investigation took place. She's cleared everything up, and she took to her show yesterday, and she basically made a statement. And she said, as you may have heard, this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show, and then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people that were affected. I know that I am in a position of privilege and power, and with that comes responsibility, and I take responsibility for what happens at my show.
I give her mad props for getting in front of it, but at the same time, it's like, and she did get in front of it before. But now that she's on camera, she's like, okay, I'm going to address it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to go after it head on. So I give her mad props for it. But at the same time, I still do, because like what you just said, and I can back what you say, or I can echo what you said. I'm a fan of Ellen. I've always been a fan of Ellen. I think she's really talented, and she's always about saying be good to people and all that stuff. And she does really great, wonderful things on her show to really great, wonderful things to people who are doing dope things out there, and giving them and blessing them with really cool things. But at the same time, and she did address it in the monologue, but at the same time, if this is the house that you built,
right,
and there's toxic, and it's a toxic environment, you can't tell me that you don't know a little bit about it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then the fact that there's so many other things that have been coming out outside of it. Now it's like her household staff, like the people who take care of her home, her estate, and all those things. If all these things start funneling out, in a way, it's like, I understand some are just going to ride on this whole, ride on the train of just trying to see someone just tank. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because everybody loves to see a train wreck happen. But at the same time, though, everybody's saying all this stuff that is toxic behind the scenes, and it's toxic even in her home, says a lot.
It makes you question.
Yeah.
And also what made me question is when she said, I learned that things happened that should have never happened. Like, I want to know what happened.
Right.
What should have never happened?
The hell happened?
Like, that's a serious thing to say. Things that should have never happened. Like, I would love to really know, like, what the heck did you let go down without knowing?
Well, I do know some stories. There were some stories about some of the producers were very, let's just say, handsy with some of the PAs, some of the production assistants, some of the crew members, so on and so forth. There's three producers that were fired from the show, and all three were literally, called out for sexual misconduct for sexual misconduct allegations of going up and talking about a guy's physique, or talking about his his manhood down below, so on and so forth. So and they made it very uncomfortable for people, even people of color, behind the scenes as well. So I mean, there was a lot of stuff that was being said.
I did not know that it was like anything remotely sexual. Like,
yeah, it was
that's
sexual.
crazy.
I mean, there was sexual, and then there was other things as well. Like then you got that Nikki Tutorials girl who was telling the story about she couldn't use a particular bathroom that was right next door to her dressing room because the Jonas Brothers had the rights to use that bathroom instead of her. So if she wanted to use a bathroom, she had to go she had to walk a ways to get to a bathroom to use a bathroom. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. There's stupid things like that are going on behind the scenes that kind of exposed Ellen's show's ass. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And I mean, like, and like you say, like, this is your empire.
Yeah.
You have to pay attention to everything that is going on in your house, under your roof. Like they say, ignorance is not an excuse.
Ignorance is not bliss.
It's not. Like, I mean, you get into trouble with the law and you say you didn't know. They don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, like you got to know what's going on. So, I mean, like you said, I'm glad she got in front of it. I'm glad she said something. She could have just let it go since she made a statement before, but I'm glad she addressed it on her actual platform.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, I was in the comments. Some of the people ain't are not here for it.
No.
A lot of people are like, nah, it's not enough.
Yeah. I mean, here it is. She, even in her monologue, I watched the monologue myself. She even says in the monologue, I used to play straight in movies, so I'm a pretty good actress. So I'd like to say I'm a really good actress. You don't think that her front, this whole monologue, all this stuff is not being a really good actress? I mean, think about it. Be good to people, be good to one another type thing, as she says. Be good to people, be good to each other, or something like that. She says, that whole persona that she's put out. I mean, then you say that in a monologue. You literally say that sentence in a monologue. It says quite a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, we can only wait to see what she does next, and obviously she's just going to keep doing what she's doing until either people come out and go against the allegations and say these are all false, or more people are going to come out and speak their truth. So we'll just have to wait.
So, yeah, time is going to tell us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeesh, that's rough.
Yeah. What else is going on?
All right, so your girl Amanda Seales is back in the headlines.
Okay, what's going on with Amanda Seales this time?
So just a little backstory. She I think she just wrapped up her first season on The Real, and it's going to actually be her last season. She was not fired. She chose not to continue with the show because she feels like she can't speak her mind. If you're familiar with Amanda Seales, she's very outspoken.
Yeah.
Very power to the people. The Real is very a lighthearted show.
Corporate.
A lot of the people, a lot of the people didn't like her. A lot of the show viewers would say she talks too much. I personally loved her on the show, but I like big mouth people. So she's not coming back, and so now The Real premiered a new segment called Black Lives University on their show.
Excuse me?
And
Black Lives University?
Black Lives University. And it's basically an attempt to address racial injustice. Well, Amanda is not with it. She has a problem, and she has a long-running show called Smart, Funny, and Black. And it's basically, I can't lie, I can't front. I think she has a really strong point here. This is very much like a rip off of her Smart, Funny, and Black brand. That's the whole purpose of Smart, Funny, and Black is like educated, college-educated Black people, funny Black humor, smart humor that addresses injustices and stuff like that. And it's funny to me that after she's gone off the show, y'all gonna talk about Black Lives University? People would be so upset with her because they say that she turned everything on the show into race. Stop turning everything into race. Everything's not about race. Everything's not about race is what people would say.
Right.
So for her to leave the show and then for them to come out with a Black Lives University segment, I don't know. I think
It's kind of hypocritical.
I think she has a point. And so she said something on Instagram. She said, once again, the real daytime demonstrates its low class and even lower vibration. Just so we're clear, this is an egregious bite of my Smart, Funny, and Black brand in an attempt to bring Black awareness into the program of The Real. So, I don't know.
Who else is part of the Real? What's the main? Who's the main girl on The Real? Isn't it like Joy something?
Adrienne Bailon is on there.
Okay.
Well, Adrienne, she has a new last name now, but so her, Tamar, not Tamar, Tamara Mowry.
Okay.
Who else? What's the Black girl's name? The heavy set black lady.
Oh.
Lonnie Love.
Yes. Okay.
And the Asian girl, she just got engaged to Jeezy. Jeannie Mai.
Okay, so but the funny thing, so the funny thing is that they're all pretty much all those women. Is there any white girls on that show?
No.
Exactly, it's all women of color.
Yes,
it's all women of color. So
and that's why I love the show.
Yeah, but what's funny is that it's all women of color. So wouldn't they be talking, like, aside from the Black Lives University, wouldn't they be talking about race-related issues because they deal with it on a daily basis because they are women of color? So it doesn't make any sense.
Pascal, this is my point, and I feel like this is Amanda's beef. Like, she's on the show talking about political issues and asking the tough questions.
Right.
And people are mad. They're like, this is supposed to be lighthearted. She's like, this show is called The Real. Why are we not being real on here? I mean, hello.
What?
So I really and I could see this. I can tell you when I watched, because I watched when she joined the show. I liked the show when Tamar was on. They kicked Tamar off too because they don't like the big mouth girls. Like even Lonnie Love Lonnie Love is like a big mouth sister. Like I love her energy, but she still keeps it like somewhat safe. You know what I mean? She doesn't like rustle the feathers. But
I've seen her talk. I've seen her like say some controversial things. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of unpopular opinion type things.
She did.
But yeah,
I know she did. She got slammed one time for saying that like Black women have a problem like staying with Black men or something to that effect. She definitely has come under fire. But I mean, like when it comes to like the more political stuff, Amanda was the biggest mouth on that show. True. She really was. And she was new. So a lot of people, it took them like a minute to get accustomed to her.
Right.
But I think, you make a great point. A show full of minority women, and one of them is getting slammed for being too vocal about minority issues. Like, I don't.
And it doesn't make, that's what doesn't make sense to me. But
Right.
I could see where that the her kind of segment and her idea is being copied. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've never seen the show. Like personally, I've never seen the show. But
You've
like
never
I'm
seen
saying
The
the
Real?
segment. Sorry, no, I'm sorry. I meant I've never seen the segment. Like I've never seen the Black Lives
Yeah.
University. I've never seen her Black something. I forgot what it's called. Black Funny and
Smart, Funny, and Black.
Smart, Funny, and Black. I've never seen Smart, Funny, and Black, so I don't know what those two segments look like. But she doesn't seem like the type that. Well, she is the type that would stir the pot for the for the sake of stirring the pot. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think she would make a fuss about something if she didn't believe that they're taking the genesis of her idea and running with it. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I in my research, I did my homework, and they definitely. This is not the first time big networks have stolen smaller concepts. They do it all the time. I feel like there's a person. I feel like that's a job description. Go online and see who's doing something cool, and let's take it.
Right.
Because it happens. It happens.
Millions and millions of times. Millions of times.
All the time. So
yeah.
I felt a way, man. I felt a way about it. I was like, that's really unfair. So I mean, we'll see how it all plays out. You know, Amanda, she's already rung the bell about it. Ding, ding, ding. I call BS. So we will see moving forward, you know, if they remove the segment, if they address this, if they just keep it moving, we'll see.
Yeah. I'm hopeful. I hope, like, you know, I hope she gets what she deserves. You know what I mean?
Me too.
And I mean that in the nicest way.
She's been working a long time. She's been working hard.
And I think, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and it's hard building a brand. She's built the Smart, Funny, and Black brand for so many years.
Right.
So to see a much bigger platform come and kind of like steal that idea is
not fair. But Black Lives University? What the hell? That's whack.
Horrible. The name is horrible.
Whack. They could have come up with a better title, bruh. That's whack. Yeah. See, that's the thing, though. Because even if it is a diverse group of women of color as a panel, does not mean that they have a diverse panel of people of color producing the show. I hate to call out like that, but it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder if if it's too corporate-y. You know what I'm saying? That are running behind the scenes in the producing. I'm not sitting here saying that they don't have to have, I'm not sitting here saying that they can't be Caucasian, but at the same time, like, you couldn't take the time to think of something better, like a better title for that thing, bruh.
Right.
Sad. Black Lives University.
Crazy.
That's okay.
People crazy.
You know what? And the other thing is really quick in regards to the Black Lives University, that already puts their audience in a very interesting predicament, because there are people out here that are people of color that do not support Black Lives Matter, that are not cool with Black Lives Matter, but they'll watch The Real all day long. But then you got the people who support Black Lives Matter all day, every day, that are going to be fine with that title. But there are other people who are like, Black Lives University? The hell? That kind of sounds like Black Lives Matter. I'm not cool with that. Wait, are they super woke now? Are they super woke? Are we going to see Breonna Taylor T-shirts on this show? You know what I'm saying? You see the snowball that's going to be created from that. But anyway, you know what I mean? That's interesting. Interesting.
We will see.
Yeah, we will
see. And you know what? One more thing to add. Tamara's not coming back either.
Interesting. I wonder why.
And she said, I heard that was about money.
Don't they already secure the bags? Like, don't they have bags upon bags? Like, even the bags, they ain't paper bags. They ain't even like bags made out of hemp. These bags are made out of Louis V's. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, the hell? They making them bags.
Yeah. But she ain't coming back. So now you lost two Black women on that show. So I guess, we'll see who else they're going to bring on. I saw Garcelle Beauvais. How do you say her last name? You probably know how to say it.
Oh, wait. Yes, Fancy Bouvier. I think it's Garcelle Beauvais. She's Haitian. She's a fella Haitian. Come on now.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's why I knew you would know how to pronounce her last name.
That is a beautiful woman.
She's
God.
Gorgeous.
Damn right she Haitian. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you. That's how we breed them in Haiti. Thank you. Sac passe. Anyway. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I saw her on the latest clip of The Real, so I'm not sure if she's permanent or if she was just filling a slot for now.
Maybe.
But
I thought she was on a Real Housewives of something. Wasn't she on a reality show?
I think she was just this past season. I can't tell you exactly which one, but
okay.
But she's out here. I think she would be an actual good, solid, permanent replacement for somebody on The Real. I think she would be a good choice.
I've never seen her speak. Outside of the Jamie Foxx show, so I couldn't tell you. I have never heard her speak opinions. she's a great actress. She does wonderfully. But yeah, I've never seen her outside of that. So I mean, but I believe you. If she can kill it, she'll kill it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. The real. All right. So next, in other entertainment news.
Yes.
Wendy Williams just announced a new DJ on her show. Actually, the way most people found out was from the new DJ's name is DJ Sus One. He's a DJ, a big DJ in New York. I'm familiar with him. He's been on the radio for years from when I lived out there. And he made a post basically saying that, I will be on the Wendy Williams show Monday through Friday, season 12. And that's how people found out that Booth was out, which is crazy to me. I watch the Wendy Williams show every day, especially now that I am a new mom.
Right.
I had nothing but time for the past few months. For real, like while I'm breastfeeding my baby, I'm sitting on the couch watching Wendy, and her and Booth had such a great dynamic together. And just to find out that he's gone from the show like this, I was like, what? And it's so funny because at the same time, I was happy for Sus One because that's a great gig. And I know he's been working a long time. But I was just like, what happened?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know. It's not necessarily clear. But here's what it says.
Okay.
As for what led to the ultimate, and this is via the Shade Room. As for what led to the ultimate fallout between Wendy Williams and DJ Booth, many speculate that Wendy's feud with Nicki Minaj is the cause. You recall that DJ Booth works very closely with Nicki. And when the two women began to feud after Wendy dragged Nicki's husband, it made the situation awkward between Nicki and DJ Booth. Allegedly, DJ Booth decided to pick a side and he chose Nicki over Wendy. And that is all allegedly. But I mean, it do sound right.
Yeah, I mean, but if Booth decided to choose Nicki over Wendy, he shouldn't be surprised if she went ahead and found a new DJ.
Right.
Clearly.
But you know what? He also just made a post, right?
Yes, he did.
You saw him on his live?
Yes.
Talking about God don't like ugly.
Yep.
You never know who's on your side because wait till y'all see what's next. I don't know. I guess maybe he has a new gig lined up or something. I'm not sure.
No, I don't think he has a new gig lined up at all. No, because he wouldn't. See, here's the thing. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Okay.
Right. Right.
And the thing is that if you're gonna be on your Instagram live and say stuff like that, he about to expose and drop some serious news about what's going on behind the scenes. I feel it in me bones. I feel it in me bones. I feel it.
That would be a good plot twist right there.
Why would you say that? If you have something big coming up, like if you got some other gig lined up and all that ish, you just got like, okay, I'm not on Wendy Williams' show. All right. That's fine. You maybe put out a statement going, hey, I appreciated the time. It was a surprise that this new dude is taking over the spot. You just keep it moving. You don't go on Instagram live and start saying things like that. You about to drop something. It's not even like, hey, I'm about to drop a mixtape or I'm going on a world tour. No, he about to drop some knowledge about Wendy Williams. Get ready for it. That's what I think.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I guess was because I didn't know what to take from that live. I was like, what is he talking about?
He's depressed.
And I figured he was just like, you never know who's in your corner. And that's why I thought maybe like he was saying that somebody, I don't know, that somebody offered him a new job or something, that he didn't know the kind of support he had. But now that you're speaking, it could have just meant like, the betrayal sense of things. Like,
facts.
Like,
because see in the video, you can see that he's upset. He's clearly upset. He's clearly distraught about the situation. You know what I mean? His mind is thwarted by being betrayed. It's not like he's sitting there going, it was an experience. You know what I'm saying? We're going to move on to greener pastures, that kind of thing. He's got the hoodie on. He's all like, you never know who's going to like really have your back, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, you just
how he looks.
You just never know who's got your back, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who's in your corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly he's about to say something. He's about to drop some ish. Man. Because he's like, oh, okay. F me, F on you. You know what I mean?
Right. One thing I'll say is I'm pretty sure nobody minds if he spills some tea on Wendy, the gossip queen. Because
we all look forward to that. Let's be real. I mean, ever since like she went to rehab with her coke issues, her husband having a side chick for God knows how long, all that stuff got exposed. I mean, I don't know how much they can expose on her now. I mean, I feel like she's been exposed. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes on the show, on the set that could be real. You know what I mean? That could be negative, toxic. It could be another Ellen situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
truly.
But even so, it feels like Wendy could do no wrong. But anyway. Okay. We got time for one more.
All right. So this one is a little bit more serious.
Oh, okay. So
California has paused on processing new unemployment claims for the past 2 weeks. 600,000 people are still waiting for their benefits. It's like,
wow.
Basically, it says, so the article says it's overwhelming. People are hurting living off their credit cards. This is what Senator Scott Wiener said. He also stated that even if his office can't get through the EED phone, like his personal office cannot get through the phone line. They're saying that it's going to take months and months for them to clear this clear this backlog. And that's pretty unacceptable.
Bruh. That's no bueno.
I'm just like, that is crazy. I just can't imagine 600,000 people
600,000
who haven't received benefits. They haven't received benefits and they applied for at least 3 weeks now.
That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good at all. Okay. Wow. Well,
yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
I was going to say this article also says that another 1 million workers who were receiving benefits were suddenly cut off for different reasons. So I mean, I honestly feel like, first of all, when that first wave of unemployment was coming, right? People were getting like $600 every week. I knew too many people who were receiving these benefits that didn't need them.
Mm-hmm.
They were like literally going through this system to like get this money. And I also knew at least 3 people who really needed it. Like they were on the verge of homelessness and their applications were in limbo for so long. So I think like some kind of a better system needs to be in place to be able to really help people who this pandemic has ravaged their lives.
Yeah.
Because that's too many people.
That's a lot of people.
600,000 people for 3 weeks, and you haven't heard anything? Like, that is really scary.
That's very scary. But here it is, though. This is a foreshadowing of what's to come. If this country continues to say the same way it is right now, this is a foreshadowing of what's to come. If it's happening in California, it's going to happen in Missouri. It's going to happen in Texas. It's going to happen in New York. It's going to happen in Florida. It's going to happen everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Not everywhere. Not everywhere. Everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. I'm just telling you guys. This is just a foreshadowing. They've been dealing with this for how many weeks? 2, 3 weeks now?
3 now. 3 weeks now.
3 weeks. And that's the thing. People are out here needing to survive. We're all fighting to survive right now. All of us. A lot of us are furloughed. You know what I'm saying? And going, especially a lot of us, who have been furloughed are thinking, especially the people in California, they're going, hey, I'm furloughed. That means I'm still, I'm not working, but I'm still getting paid. So it's going to be all right. But then they're waiting for their check too. They're like, where's my money at? Still,
Right.
oh, it's on its way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the funny thing is that there's been a lot of people when the lockdown first started, there's a lot of people that were going literally like a month and a half without seeing one single unemployment check.
Yeah.
Now, what's good is that they were able to catch up and give them what they missed out on, like the weeks and weeks they didn't have any money. But that was weeks and weeks of money they did not have. So then you're sitting there either starving to death, or you know what I'm saying, or you're just putting yourself even more into debt. So when you get the money, you don't even get to use it because it's going right back out to paying off all the things that you're supposed to pay off. You see what I'm saying? It's bad.
Especially with the especially like a lot of people are saying because of this, they definitely need to freeze the rent. And my thing is a rent freeze enough? Because then when everything comes back, do you owe that rent that you didn't pay for all those months? And if so, where are you going to get all that money from? You know, it's like it's just going to add up.
It's just going to keep. You're just going to get more and more into debt.
It's got to be some kind of. I honestly think they have to do some kind of like rent forgiveness, or like the government needs to bail out some of these landlords. I don't know.
There needs to be, you know, I really do think that there needs to be a freeze of some sort, especially landlords, because I understand landlords have nothing, they have no choice. At a certain moment, when they have to pay the bills and they don't have the bills, they don't have the money to pay said bills because that person who's living in that apartment or that house or whatever in that property cannot pay the bill because they're furloughed as well. And then the landlord, the whole reason why people become landlords or become property owners is because they're hoping that this becomes some, income, fun coupons. You know what I'm saying? They can go and buy that new whip if they want to, that kind of thing. It's not supposed to be if everything goes to hell, this is supposed to help me get by. But then if everyone's having a bad time, how does a landlord pay off the property that he owns? See what I'm saying? So then next thing you know, a landlord is literally forced basically to evict said tenant.
Yeah.
Because they have no other way to do it. They don't have the money to pull the money. They don't have any money to pull out. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's in dire straits. So California is jacking everything up by not sitting there giving people like freezing mortgages, freezing rent for people. Like there are people out there protesting about renters' rights and stuff like that, you know?
Right.
Especially now, everything leans towards the landlord, period. It's literally, if a landlord tries to evict you, he will win. He will win. You can go to court and try to fight it. He will win. The law leans towards the property owner more than the actual renter. And that's not fair too.
No, it's not fair. And I guess it all at the end of the day, it's going to fall down on the banks because most of these landlords are in debt to the banks. They have a loan for their apartments or whatever. And then the people pay them and they pay the banks back. So the banks are the ones that at the end of the day are going to need money because they're going to be out money from all these different landlords that they gave loans to.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. It's really bad, you know, and then, you know,
and look, and you know what, that's even what somebody said here. Housing crisis could lead to another bank bailout.
Yes. But then that's the thing, like, but then there's also a stimulus check that was apparently supposed to be coming back out.
Another one.
Another one. DJ Khaled, another one. But that hasn't come out yet either. You know what I'm saying? So everybody out here is waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for something to happen. But they still got to pay. They still got to feed their kids. They still got to survive. They still got to keep the lights on. You know? And oh man, all I can say is I'm just hoping that things can get back to some sort of normalcy quickly or sooner than later, because it's just getting bad, getting really bad. But anyway, we got to wrap up the show. Unfortunately, we that's the thing. Me and Lydia could talk for like 7 hours nonstop. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. That's the energy that she and I have. It's awesome. But Lydia, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Be sure, guys, to tune in tonight at 8:30 Central Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am sitting down and interviewing Summer Bunny. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. That's going to be live. Yes.
That's going to be, I'm going to see if I can join, not join, but if I can like tune in and watch tonight.
Yeah, please do, because here's the other thing. I've been saying it to everybody, but I'm gonna say it again. Actually, let me before you take off and before I sign off, I'm gonna throw this flyer up one more time so everybody can see it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So for all y'all, for the new eyes and everything that are checking out the show right now, definitely hit that like button down below. But remember, tonight at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm sitting down and chatting it up with Summer Bunny live on the Pascal Show. You can watch this on the YouTube, or you can watch this on Twitter or Facebook. It's going to be all live for everyone's eyes to see. So one thing that's really cool about it, the reason why I was saying, hey, this is really cool, just a reminder, you guys can comment and I will read your questions live on the show. So Lydia, if this is something that is that you're interested in checking out and being a part of the conversation, you can definitely.
I am coming on.
You can definitely send in, comment your questions, and I will literally ask them. I will read the question. I'll read her the question live on the show, and she will hopefully she will be more than happy to answer that question. So you guys aren't I'm not the only one going to be interviewing her. You guys are going to be able to interview her as well. So
love it.
Come on, be a part of the conversation, be a part of the fun. Do your research a little bit, everybody. If you don't know who Summer Bunny is, do your research, take a look, just type in Summer Bunny Offset. That'll explain everything on Google, okay? But 8:30.
Pascal with the exclusive.
Yeah. Exclusive. So be sure to tune in tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be live. So God knows what's going to come out of this mouth. So it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be worth the watch for sure, okay? But again, Lydia, thank you so much for being on the show. Hail Caesar! Thank you.
Hey. All right.
Appreciate it.
Bye, everybody.
We're going to go, but be good to yourselves. Be good to one another, and I'll see you guys tonight at 8:30 Central Standard Time. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
The festival is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their circles. Their loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. There was a feeling they made it. Half of them stumbling around and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. You can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all
Yeah,
that.
no, I
So
don't
what are
blame
you
them,
guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.